Jealousy is a part of love. It can be a cute quirk that makes us feel valued, or it can be a destructive force that leads to toxic behavior. In this video, we'll answer the question, how much jealousy is normal in a relationship? Hi, I'm Emily Baker from LoveLearnings. We offer simple advice that's easy to put into practice for a wide variety of daters. If you could use a little guidance in the modern dating market, then please, don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel and like this video so I know you're out there watching. Now, let's unpack the concept of jealousy, talk about what role it serves, how too much of it can be destructive, and how to handle it properly in a relationship so that you can continue to learn and grow together. Because the truth is that jealousy does have positive qualities, and it can actually bring you two closer together if it's handled properly. But obviously, jealousy can also be a negative force that only serves to create problems in the relationship. And the truth is that while there's plenty of jealousy that's unfounded and entirely in our own head, there is, of course, jealousy that is based in real concerns about infidelity in the relationship. So, what do we mean by jealousy? Well, jealousy is the feeling we get when we're worried that our partner is desired by someone else. It's that feeling in the back of our head that we may not be enough for them, and that they could easily replace us if we're not careful. It's a sense of possessiveness over the other person, the sense that they belong to us, and if we let other people close to them, then they might be stolen away, never to be seen again. It's that combination of a very real concern and irrational fear that can drive us to actions we'll later regret. In and of itself, the feeling is usually fleeting and inconsequential. It's the actions that it inspires that will have a lasting impact on our relationship. So, how does jealousy drive our choices? Jealousy is uncomfortable, and that discomfort inspires you to take action. It's the action you choose to take that partially determines whether that jealousy was positive or negative. So, say you see your partner across the room talking to someone cute, and it looks like they're flirting a bit. A powerful feeling of jealousy flows through you. You think, are they interested in this person? What are they talking about? That person is more attractive than me. Should I be worried? All this in just a fraction of a second. Then, what comes next is the really important part. You can decide to go over, interrupt, put your arm around your partner and tell this person to buzz off. In essence, you're claiming your territory. You're telling this person, back off, the person you're talking to is spoken for. Now, while this may make your partner feel desired, there's probably a bigger part of them that would feel like you don't trust them, like you don't care about their feelings and only see them as property, and that you don't believe that this other person could actually just want to talk to them, further cementing the idea that you only value them for their physical appearance. Not very good feelings, right? This is the ugly double-edged sword of jealousy. But what if you take a different approach? You think, well, I'm sure that it's just some harmless flirting. My partner is very attractive, so it's no wonder that people want to be around them and talk to them. Knowing that, you decide to put this feeling aside for later. You continue to enjoy the party and mingle, and at the end of the night, you take your partner home and put that jealous energy into a positive place, the bedroom. To me, one of the greatest ways you can express jealousy to your partner in a positive way is not with words, but with your actions. But of course, those aren't the only options. You can demand answers from your partner about this other person, and whether or not they were interested. This is bound to hurt the trust you've built, and cause a fight where there should be none. You may push those feelings down and suppress them, and they'll come out in other ways, like resentment towards your partner. Or you could become controlling, paranoid, or depressed. Or it may make you realize something you'd forgotten. That your partner is a hell of a catch, and that you need to treat them properly if you want them to stick around. This will inspire you to stop taking them for granted and show them how much you love them every single day. So, you can see that the exact same feelings can be expressed in very different ways, and some of those responses bring you closer while others tear you apart. Which brings up the following question. Should we tell our partners when we feel jealous? Do we use moments of jealousy as an opportunity to have a conversation with our partner? Or is it better to leave these things unsaid and work them out in their own ways? Well, the truth is, it depends on your particular relationship and your particular jealousy. We'll talk a little later about times when their behavior crosses the line and you need to let them know how you feel or risk losing the relationship. But if this is just garden variety jealousy that crops up once in a blue moon, then I'd encourage you to keep it to yourself. If you do feel like you need to share it, then be sure not to place blame on your partner for making you feel this way. The truth is, feeling like this is healthy and normal, and it's neither your fault nor the fault of your partner, depending on how they're acting. So problematizing it in this way just leads you to a no-win situation for both of you. Instead, you can usually just acknowledge the feeling to yourself and let it pass. Find some other way to connect with your partner if you're looking for somewhere to put that jealous energy. But there are, of course, times when the behavior driving your jealousy does cross a line into something that you need to address. This line is different for different couples, depending on your level of trust and your level of possessiveness, as well as your particular cultural background and viewpoint. So first, let's talk about behavior that doesn't cross a line. These are moments that you need to be prepared for because they're normal and happen in every relationship, whether you want them to or not. In these cases, it's normal to feel a twinge of jealousy, but calling your partner out on it is just going to cause more harm than good. And, of course, this list applies to your partner as well. If they're freaking out over these small moments, then you'll know that their relationship to jealousy is a toxic one. These harmless actions include things like talking to someone attractive at a party, mentioning they find a celebrity attractive, occasionally talking about an ex, going to a bar with friends, having friends of the opposite gender. Now, I'm not going to be surprised if some people take issue with this list. Many people do get upset over these things, but in my opinion, they have no right to. These are all very harmless things that are common and don't reflect poorly on you or the commitment you've made to each other. Now, let's talk about the list of things that are a concern and that should be discussed. Sleeping in bed with someone of the opposite sex. Being handsy and touchy with someone else. Prioritizing someone else over you and your relationship. Spending lots of time one-on-one with a new friend of the opposite sex. Repeated and aggressive flirting. Gushing about someone else's appearance. These are behaviors that cross a line and, in some cases, constitute cheating, or at least borderline cheating. If your partner is doing these things, then it's no wonder that it's causing you jealousy. It represents a real threat to your relationship and a serious lack of respect towards you. So, what if your jealousy is extreme and you can't stop? If your jealousy is out of control and it's causing you problems in the relationship, you need to look deeper at what's really happening. As I see it, there are three options, or more precisely, there are three factors at play here. Number one, your own lack of self-esteem causes you to feel jealous more strongly than others, and so your response to this jealousy is disproportionate and destructive. Self-esteem is a huge factor when it comes to jealousy. If you don't feel confident, then you won't understand why your partner wants you over all the other options available. If you don't see what you bring to the table, then it makes sense that you think they're just waiting for someone better to come along. Number two, your partner is acting in a way that causes you to feel threatened by other people. Just because many people feel unfounded jealousy doesn't mean that cheating doesn't happen. And if your partner is a cheater, then they could be pushing the boundaries to see how much they can get away with. This is the hallmark of an emotionally immature person who doesn't value your feelings in the relationship. But there are always shades of gray here, so don't throw the relationship away before having a serious conversation about how they've made you feel. Number three, you're projecting your own desire to cheat onto your partner. This is something that's worthy of a video all on its own. Studies show that the more jealous you are in your relationship, the more you desire to be unfaithful. This idea is called projection. We deal with negative emotions by ascribing them to someone else. So basically, you feel the desire to cheat, and you process this by saying, "My partner is probably cheating on me." This gives you a way to process these feelings without taking ownership of them. And it also makes you feel better, because it means you're not the only one with these urges. This is a lot to unpack, but it's definitely worth looking into if you're concerned about the jealousy you're feeling. is there a chance that you're projecting your own desires onto your partner? So, what can you do to make this all go away? Well, it's not that easy. The best step you can take right now is to sort out where this jealousy is coming from. Chances are you and your partner are acting in ways that are making you feel this way. The best way to tackle this is head on. Tell your partner that you've been feeling jealous. Tell them that this is partly due to your own issues, but that they have a role to play as well. Tell them what you're going to do to try and fight off these feelings. This can include getting therapy, being mindful before reacting, unpacking your own self-esteem issues, and so much more. And then discuss what they can do to support you and how they can modify their behavior to prevent triggering it in the first place. This includes things like not flirting with other people, not talking about how attractive other people are, and reassuring you how much they love and care about you. The more you're able to have these open and honest dialogues with your partner about jealousy, the more you'll build a relationship where you feel heard and valued. And pretty soon, these feelings will start to fade. Beyond that, I want you to remember one thing. Relationships are a joining of two people. And to be a person is to have other relationships, friendships, and interactions in the world. You're essentially sharing your partner with the world, as they are with you. This can be scary, but remember that they chose to be with you and no one else. So unless they've seriously crossed a line, you need to cut them some slack, and remember that at the end of the day, they're committed to you only. That just about does it for this video. Do you deal with jealousy? What makes it flare up? Please share your story in the comments below so we can get a real conversation going. I'm Emily Baker. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.